Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and you guys, today we have a brand new palette from Smashbox. I'm very excited, and the reason I'm excited is, well, it's twofold. Number one, it's like a new palette, and we know how I feel about those. But more than that, I feel like I have seen a ton of releases from all these other brands lately, and Smashbox hasn't been a brand that's just been like boom, 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 boom. You know, they've been taking their time, releasing things a little slower, and the last time I saw anything from them, as far as like the eyes go, it was those little round eyeshadows with the 3 colors in them, and I wasn't a big fan. I thought for the price point, how much you got, and just like overall like the packaging of it, I wasn't super wowed. And so when I saw this get released, I thought, okay, we're gonna go for some redemption. We're gonna go there. We're gonna play around. Do we like it? Do we not? Like, I'm excited to dive into something new, a little different aesthetic. I'm here for it. So let's go ahead. We're going to dive into this palette. They also released some glosses. We're going to dive into those. And overall, we're just going to create like a fun little moment and talk about, is it worth it? Is it not? How's the quality? That's where we're at. So let's go ahead and dive into it, you guys. The first thing, let's chitty chat about this adorable packaging. Like, I love this. I actually just got done talking about this in yesterday. I don't know what day it would have went up, but you guys just heard me talk about this. That packaging and how much I love it so much, and how, I don't know, like, what are the odds, like Tarte and Smashbox, unless they're owned by the same company, doing one of these moments, and I don't know, it makes me feel 90s all over again, and I smile and I live. So anyways, love the packaging. I think the representation, the presentation is super cute. It's relatively, like, I don't want to say thick, but it does have a little bit of like oomph to it, so I don't feel like it's gonna break apart super easily. And then when you open up, you do get a slightly small mirror, which I'm not obsessed with, but the color story and the way that this is presented, I actually really quite enjoy. I feel like when I looked at this initially, I was like, oh, it looks like they put those little, the Maybelline City Mini palettes, it looks like there's 4 of those kind of stacked in there. And I like that because I feel like you can do multiple eye looks. It gives you good variety. You have some pops of color, some neutrals, a couple cool tones, a couple more like pewtery type tones. And there's, I don't know, I think there's a little bit of cohesion in here and a little bit of something for everyone. And it does come with a full-size Smashbox liner, which I think is cool. It's just their always on black gel liner, but super good for smudging along the upper lash line, running in the waterline, anything like that. So as far as like all inclusive, there's a lot here. We're going to run through and see what we think of the formula, the price point, all of that. Now this palette does retail for $45, and I don't have an issue so much with that price point. My biggest issue really is in the amount of product you get. And if you open it up and you're looking at the pans, you can see that, right? Like, some of them are larger, they're the longer pans, some of them are shorter. It looks like they went through and they made the most used colors, 2 light bone shades and then 2 lighter shimmer shades, so like an all over shimmer, inner eye highlight, brow bone highlight type situation, and then 2 matte, again, like bone-ish colored shades. And it looks like they made those ones bigger, and then all the other ones are a normal size pan. But the overall amount of product in this entire palette has a net weight of 0.43 ounces. So I went ahead and I took that, I divided it out by 16 shades, which is the total number of shades, and I know that it doesn't speak specifically to how much is in each one specifically, but they work out to be 0.026 a piece, which is a really small shadow. So I think for $45, I feel like you're more or less paying for the packaging, the presentation, which isn't always a bad thing as long as you give me a little bit more product. So that part of it for me is kind of a bummer, but I feel like I've dealt with Smashbox on this level before where, you know, I feel like I'm kind of battling always between, are you getting enough product? How much is the price point? So on and so forth. And what I've learned is that there are so many people that are just die-hard obsessed with Smashbox shadows and Smashbox products in general, that they do not care as long as the presentation and all of this type of aesthetic is very true to who Smashbox is. So as far as like that side of it, I'm hoping the shadows perform really well, because for $45, I feel like I'm not getting a ton of product, but I'm hoping for the best. So we're going to go ahead, I'm going to zoom you guys in, and we are going to get started on, I'm not going to lie to you, probably not the most exciting eye look in the world, but definitely one that I'm excited to do because I'm really wanting to test out a couple aspects of this palette. So let's bring you guys in and have a good time. Now I have already went ahead, primed and prepped my lids. I used the Born This Way concealer in the shade Swan to give me a good base, nice concealed looking base. I set that all down with my Maybelline Fit Me in 100. It's the little compact right here. And I did the brows in my Colourpop Bang & Brunette pencil, which I know, big shocker. Now all of that out of the way, my very first color that I am like, oh, I want to dive into, honestly, oddly enough, not these three. You would think, looking at this palette, right, that like somebody might be drawn to this. Oh no, girl, my eyeball went right to this sexy looking orange, looking rusty, looking busty, crusty, orange brown, fall, love. Hello? So needless to say, I'm going to be doing a large portion of my eye look with that color in mind. It is by far the color that stuck out the most. I have to play with it. So what I'm thinking is we might do like a neutral eye and then maybe like a pop of color on the lower lash line with one of these fun colors. So let's go ahead, and that color is a little bit robust. So I think I might start off going near the inner portion of my eye and just fluffing like a nice lighter brown color. So I think I'm gonna grab this guy right here, and I think I'm gonna fluff that into my eye. Where's my mirror? Now I'm also starting this process off with the Wet n Wild P20 brush. It's a really nice little fluffy crease brush. It looks so dirty, but it's stained. So let's go ahead and dive in with that light brown shade. And again, I have already primed and prepped my lids, so we are ready to go in. And I want to work this light brown color kind of right on into that inner portion, because that's kind of what I'm envisioning. I'm envisioning a slightly lighter inner area right there, deepening out to that like beautiful, this color, whatever I want to call that, this fall ass color. Even though apparently we are only, what, like 4 weeks from fucking, what is this, Christmas? Oh my God. It's coming up so fast. I am not prepared for it. I'm prepared for all the things of fall. I'm prepared for the Christmas spirit. I have so many awesome shows queued up on Netflix. I'm ready to watch all the obnoxious Hallmark movies. Like, who is she gonna fall for? I mean, obviously she's gonna fall for the prince. Or is she? She might fall for the plumber with plumber's crack that lives down the lane. That's the descendant of some late great ancestor that he just doesn't want her to know that he's really a prince too, and that him and the other prince, they could battle it out, but he chooses not to because he's such a good guy. So yeah, I'm ready for all those movies. That's my jam. But when it comes to like being ready for Christmas, no. And you know, part of the reason that I'm not, by the way, hold on, I'm sorry. I'll finish my story in a second. So you guys, I actually kind of love this color. I think it's doing exactly what I want it to. It's blending out beautifully. Kind of liking this a lot, actually. Okay, the powder itself in the pan is a little bit dusty. When I tap into it, it's kind of like, whoo, we got some dust happening, some kick up, but that's all right. I'm having no issues with fallout and everything's blending nicely. So I will deal with a little bit of mess in the pan as long as I can have something beautiful on my face. Didn't I say I wanted this inner brown color to be a lighter brown, and I just deepened it up a lot, so that's cool. Let's do the other side. Oh, so yes, back to my Christmas situation. So the reason here, this is what happens. I am not ready for Christmas, but it's not because of anything. Like, Christmas is a date. Like, it's a time on a calendar. It is a time to be with people. It is a festivity. It is all of these things, right? It is a holiday. So for me, it isn't so much about that. It's I'm not prepared rather for the letdown that happens after Christmas. And I don't know, am I like the only one? I feel like I get the Christmas spirit and I get in the season and I'm so excited. I'm baking cookies. You guys know it, right? Like, that's my thing. I'm all for it. And then all of a sudden, Christmas is here one day, gone the next, and I'm like, well, there goes all my Christmas holiday cheer. Hello, I was so excited about it, and it's gone now. And the letdown of losing it kind of makes me sad. So I'm always like, no, I'm not ready for Christmas because I'm not ready to lose all my holiday cheer. And I mean, no, you don't have to lose your holiday cheer just because Christmas ends. But like, I kind of do a little bit, because all of a sudden I don't find that plumber with plumber's crack nearly as, you know, enticing and exciting as I did before. So really, the spirit of Christmas is what makes everything just that much better. Oh my God. So I love this brown. I feel like it's a really nice neutral brown, kind of my thing. And I'm going to be taking on this same brush that I just used to do that. I'm going to grab this color that I'm so excited about. And I'm going to be using this to really deepen up the outer V up here and then kind of meet it with that other brown and just work it all over the place. You guys, I'm in such a talkative mood today. So also, let me inform you that I had to go in with some tweezers today and handle some eyebrow situation, like on the underside. And I'm not gonna lie, it still burns a little bit. It kind of doesn't feel that great. I'm not living for that feeling. So that was nice. And I have such sensitive eyes too that like it will burn and hurt for a minute. When I go and get my eyebrows waxed, oh my God, you guys, when I go to get my eyebrows waxed, I have literally the most red eyes when I leave. They are red for 2 or 3 days, like straight. And they use all the aloe vera. They do everything right. Like, it's not their fault. And they even, I found a place that has sensitive wax. They tried that on me. Same thing. Like, my brows are just so ultra sensitive. It's not even a good situation. Wow, I love this color. Oh my word. I forgot about you way over there again. I'm sorry. So I love this color. It's a little bit beautiful, not gonna lie. I'm gonna deepen it up a little bit more on the outer V. And then I think I'm gonna deepen it up a little, even a little bit more with like a deep brown shade. But this is really pretty. Wow. So next up, I'm going to grab, this is the Morphe M441 brush, and I'm going to take this light bone color right here, and I am going to use that color and blend out my crease, not my crease, my upper crease, like up in this area. Wow, there's some serious powder kick to that shade, I tell you what. But hopefully we can blend that out, just because you guys know I like to have a nice seamless transition between the color and the brow bone highlight, or where the brow bone highlight will end up. So I like to go in and diffuse that as much as possible and just make everything look blended. Now, just because I can't stand it anymore, I'm going to take this very light shimmer shade right here, and this is a Morphe M421 brush, and I am going to highlight my brow bone because I honestly just can't not anymore. I don't know why, some days I just can't not highlight my brow bone first, like I have to highlight. Yeah, that's super pretty. It's not super like intense like I would normally wear, but it's a nice highlight, that's for sure. I'm just really impressed that it works on my skin tone, because a lot of times the brow bone colors that they put in here, I'm like, oh, too dark for me. And then I just like to blend loosely with that same, you know, there's nothing on it or anything, but I just like to blend those two together with that same brush. Nothing on the brush, just blending everything together, making sure everything is blendy and sendy. To me, to Jesus. To me, to Jesus. Okay, good job, Paige. Nice try. Now, I kind of love this almost rose gold meets like orangey shade. Like, that's a little bit beautiful. Just a little, not a lot, but a little bit beautiful. Okay, yes. What else is in here that we could like play around with? Ooh, the shade right next to it. Hello, that's gorgeous. How do those look right next to each other though? Are they beautiful? Ooh, if I blend them together, look at those. Ooh, Beige, especially next to this guy. I think that we could make this work. So I'm going to grab my Born This Way Multi-Sculpting Concealer, again in the shade Swan, and I am going to put some of this just on my hand right here. And I'm going to do a cut crease. I will be using the same Morphe M421 brush. It's a nice little flat paddle brush here, and we are going to carve ourselves out a little cut crease on our lids. Guys, I gotta be honest, that was probably the fastest and the most beautiful cut crease I've ever done in my whole life. Like, look at that fucking cut crease. Oh my god, I am so impressed with myself. I might want to marry me. If you love it so much, why don't you marry it? Bitch, I would. Yes, I would. Okay. All right, and then I just take my finger here, blend off to the side. By the frickin' way, broke off my nails. I told you that in the video where I did a mask and mingle on last Friday. I can link that right up here. And in that video I mentioned, guess who broke off her nails? Me. So now guess whose nails look busted, rusted, crusted, and all kinds of fusted? That'd be me, and it's not a good look. I don't like it. So please pay no attention. I'm sad about it. I'm gonna paint them anyways, even though they look sad. They look even sadder with no polish. Oh, they look so sad. Okay, now I went ahead and I have fully patted out this concealer, so it barely has any tackiness to it. And I did that because I'm going to be honest with you guys, for me, when I put a shimmer shade over a concealer base, it has no pop, it does not look good, and even if it looks good at first, it does not look good for very long. So I am going to be going in and probably putting a little bit of glitter glue over top of that just to make sure everything sticks. This is not something you have to do if you have normal eyelids. For me, my eyelids, you can see they're very, very hooded, and they're very textured, and they get oily. So I have like the trifecta of just garbage on my eyelids. So for me, the best way to make everything look true to color and to really pop and be beautiful and bold and last a long time is a glitter glue. Now, I've talked about this a lot. I use the Too Faced glitter glue. It looks all kinds of nasty, and that's okay. I've been using this tube for so long. It is such an amazing tube of product, and it lasts a really long time. However, if you cannot afford a tube like this, girl, do not fret. Go get the NYX glitter glue. I have a bottle of that somewhere on this hellhole of a vanity, and it is also a very, very good glitter glitter glue and it's only a couple dollars. So go ahead and get that. You don't have to spend all your money on this. I use this because I find that the other one lasts and works just as well or almost as well, but this one will physically last me all day. Like if I work a 12, 13, 15-hour deal, I know that this is still on there, still lasting. The other one works well for about 7 to 8 hours, which is fine for the average person. This one on my eyelids just lasts like a little bit longer, so I tend to gravitate more toward it, but the other one is still such an awesome option. So anyways, I will probably be going down with a layer of this, but we are going to be layering in, like I said already, these two guys, oh nope, hello, these two guys right here, and just look at these. Like, these are so beautiful. So I'm going to be taking the lighter one, inner portion, darker one, outer portion, blending it out, probably adding something to the outer V. I haven't decided, but look at these colors. They are so beautiful. Okay. So let's go ahead and do that, which means, where did I just put the glitter glue? Means I'm going to take some of this glitter glue just on my finger here, and I am going to tap it on over that concealer, because your girl is so extra that she has extra ass eyelids that require extra attention and extra product for extra life. And then I'm going to start going in with those other two colors. I'm going to tap the lightest one on first. Oh yes, yes. Love you. Don't you love, if you wear glasses, how close you have to get to the mirror? I'm literally, let me just side profile this for you guys. When I'm applying these, I'm this close. Do you see? My nose, I hit myself in the face when I'm trying to apply things. I'm like, oh, okay, apparently that's just my face. Can't go any closer, Paige. I get obnoxiously close. So if you have glasses, and because I get asked all the time from people that have to wear corrective lenses, Paige, how do you see? Because I have not good eyes. They pretty much are useless. Okay, that's not true. I'm very blessed I have vision, but my eyes are not super good. So I can't hardly even see myself in the viewfinder. I just kind of wing it. And when it comes to makeup, don't be ashamed or embarrassed. Get a little handheld mirror, and I mean, get all up in that business. This is your business right here. So there's no shame in your game. If you're getting freaking 2 inches from that thing, there's no shame in that. Get up close, girl. Don't matter. You're going to look gorgeous at the end of it anyway, so it don't matter. Just going to start blending that other shimmer color. Oh my, look at those two blend together. Ugh. I'm living, breathing, dying, gagging. Love it. I love that color so much. So much. And I'm just tapping it over this outer portion and blending it in. It's almost the exact same color as the color that I ran through the crease, my original like favorite burnt orange. They're like the same color. Okay, well that's nice. It's like a shimmery version of that beautiful color. I just use my finger and I blend those together using my finger. I tap the lighter color over the darker, back and forth until there's no distinct line. Just a beautiful little blended area. Oh, that's pretty. I'm just wiping the concealer off of that M421 brush, and I am going to use that to get good and up close to my cut crease line, because y'all know how it is. Girl, gotta get right on up there. Gotta make that cut crease look banging, yo. Banging, yo. Paige, who are you? Did you have too much coffee? I don't think I had. I actually think I had less coffee today than I normally do. And I feel like it might be negatively impacting my intelligence. Like, I think I might be a little dumber as a result of less coffee. So maybe all you people tell me to back off my caffeine. Maybe you're wrong. Maybe I need a little bit more. You ever think about that? So I'm going to grab this Furless Cosmetics Pro 6M brush. It's a tiny little pencil brush. And I'm going to take and go in, redefine this line, but I'm actually going to do it with the matte shade. So the original shade that we worked into the crease was this light brown shade right here, and then this was my like inspiration color, if you will, that I worked onto the outer V. I'm going to take and run that light brown color that I worked through the crease, and I'm going to run that at the top line of the cut crease. So basically, I'm going to give myself the same definition that I do if you go in with like a glitter liner and you kind of cut it out, you know, to add like a little sparkle, a little pizzazz. That's fine too. This is just a matte version of a very similar effect, because I'm just trying to see if I can enhance that line without adding some shimmer. If I need to go in with it, I definitely will, but I just want to see if this will work or not. Okay, that intensified it a nice amount, but I still want a little more. I'm going to do the same technique now with the burnt orange shade and run it in the exact same area. and blend that upwards into that matte brown shade. Very tiny amount of product, very slow little moment right here. You don't want to go too overboard and add too much product, but you also don't want to basically sit here and blend nothing for the next 20 minutes either. So you want to make sure you have just ever so slightly enough product, enough pressure, and just trace that line. And then I'm just going back in with that Wet n Wild P20 brush that I originally used in the crease, and I'm blending my little fat pouch up here. Now for those of you that are new, hi. This right here, I'll do it on this side. This is the fat pooch. Do you see this fat pooch? This is what people have removed because they think it makes them look ugly. They think that they should have more lid space. For whatever reason, this is my fat pooch. I have one on both sides, obviously. And so when I say I'm blending on the fat pooch, this is the fat pooch. Did I say fat pooch enough? Personally, I think it adds character. It's kind of cute. It's like, hi, hello, Paige, if you got hungry, you got a snack right here. It's in your fat pooch. See what I'm saying? It's a good thing. Okay, so now I have an idea. I am going to try, and I don't know how well this is going to work out, the Morphe M421 brush, that same flat brush. I wiped off everything. And the same shade that I used on the brow bone, I'm going to take a tiny bit of that shade on the tip of this brush, and I'm going to trace that cut crease and blend it down. So it'll actually go and give me like a gradient effect. Hopefully. Gradient effect, so it'll be really light and then just kind of drift downward and diagonally. Let's just try it. Who really knows what this is going to look like? Oh, yeah, that's pretty. And then I'm going to go in with that lightest shimmer shade right here that I worked into this area on my finger, and I'm just going to use that to blend with the light shade we just applied to the crease. Because y'all know I'm a big believer in the finger blend. I think that this is like the way to do it. And then the dark shade right here, boom, we're going to add that out here. And use it to blend everything as well. Wow, that's frackin' gorgeous. Okay, I'm sorry. Who are you? You're not my real mom. What? So I have to be honest, I love the way that this looks. I think it looks very dimensional, and I can't believe that I somehow got 3 shimmers to blend and look so effortless and so beautiful together. Like, that's truly stunning. Those look so nice. I'm really having a difficult time debating. I want to deepen up like this outer portion just a little bit, but like I don't want to go too far. And this is where Paige starts to run into problems because she just can't stop touching it. Okay, so here's the compromise. I am going to add the tiniest bit of brown to see if I like it. This is the Morphe Y20 brush, and I'm going to take and just lightly stamp some of this deep brown shade right here onto that outer area and kind of squizzle it around just a little bit because I don't want to commit fully, but I feel like I need a little bit of depth to really round this look out. So I'm just kind of placing it in tiny little circular motions, blending it upward and outward, kind of in like a wing-ish shape. And hopefully this works out for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man. All right, so guys, I'm kind of loving where this is at right now. I'm going to run off of camera, and I still have to do all of that on this side, so wish me luck. And I'm going to finish up the rest of my face, and I will be right back. Okay, you guys, I went ahead, I finished up the rest of my face, and before I get into what is all over it, I want to throw out what I did on the lower lash line just to kind of complete this look, because I'm really impressed at how nicely it blended. So the first thing I did on the lower lash line was I took the purple shade in the palette, that really nice punchy purple, and I ran that all under that lower lash line. I wasn't sure if I wanted the blue, that one, or the orangey tone, but I thought the purple would like blend the best and complement the look. So I went ahead with that, and then I blended that out on the underside with the same matte brown that I blended into the crease originally. And then on the outer V of that color, I took the dark matte brown that I worked onto the outer V as well, and I smudged that up to meet the outer V on the upper lash line, just because I wanted there to be some cohesion there, just not, you know, I didn't want it to be super dark, but just be cohesive. Then I did go in with the white Maybelline Lasting Drama liner, and I ran that in the lower lash line, which, as you can tell, I ended up taking off now. I actually went over the upper and the lower waterline with the Smashbox liner that came in this palette, mainly because I like the look better. The white was just a little bit too pronounced for me. I wasn't a big fan of how it looked. It's a good liner, I just didn't like the look. So I got rid of that because I wanted like this nice sultry kind of moment, and that was really all it took to finish up the lower lash line. The purple was actually a really beautiful, in my opinion, understated pop, because I felt like it was nice to blend it out and just like let let it exist on there, kind of like a purple fog, versus really going in there and making it look super thick and super intense. I didn't want that. I wanted more of like that veil of purple that you can just kind of see peeking through, just to add a little something different. And I think it's really quite beautiful. I keep looking at myself in this mirror right here, and I just love like that subtle moment that it gives the under eye. Now, before I get into my final thoughts on the palette, I do want to run through these glosses because I think they are kind of beautiful. These are their Los Angeles glosses, and I grabbed the shade Beachy Keen, which is that nice traditional brown tone nude. I grabbed Obvi Mauve, which is that more traditional pink toned nude. I grabbed Hustle and Glow, which is almost a clear gloss, but with those beautiful duochrome like shift from pink to yellow kind of glitter in there. Beautiful for the center pop of a lip. And then I also grabbed this guy right here. Now this one's interesting. It is the Los Angeles Extra Shine Lip Gloss. Now while the other ones come in the traditional lip gloss tube with the applicator and all of that with the wand, this one comes in just a plastic tube that you more or less squeegee out, kind of like a toothpaste style tube, and you apply it. And you guys, I know you're looking at the swatches right now. This was so beautiful. I actually took what was left over, a little goes a long way, and I applied it to my lips, just my bare lips. I had on no makeup. Oh my word, it was so beautiful, so stunning, so reflective, and it feels so thin and like almost non-existent on the lips, but delivers such a beautiful amount of shine. I am so impressed with that gloss. Now, as far as are these worth it, they are $19 a piece. They were released in a ton of, again, different textures and colors and things like that, which I think is so awesome. Anytime a brand releases something like a gloss or a lipstick, I love when they look through a collection and they go, look, we want regular nudes, pink tone nudes. We want, you know, super non-opaque, like no color, just glitter nudes. We want something that's just a plain gloss. We want all of these different options. And I love it because I think that it shows thoughtfulness on behalf of the brand and a thoughtfulness of everyone's different aesthetic and how we all like to wear glosses differently. Now for me today, I am actually wearing Beachy Keen, which is the brown tone nude, over top of the Covert Affair Buxom lip liner. I wanted something a little poppy, but still obviously glossy because I love gloss. And here's my thoughts on these. I think that these glosses are beautiful. They sit so nicely on the lips. They don't travel a ton, which is nice. They are a little bit thicker than this one right here in the tube. And this, out of all four of the ones that I picked up, and I don't know if I said this, but these are $19 a piece. So they're not like, you know, the most affordable price point in the world. However, if you're looking for that universal shine, whoa, for $19, a little bit of this goes such a long way. This is beyond stunning in my opinion. And at first I was like, well, why in the world would they not put like this clear gloss in a tube like this? Like I don't know how I feel about that. And then I realized, Paige, you idiot, it's because if they were to put this clear one in a tube like this, no matter what you apply on this wand, like if you were to go in and put a clear piece of this over top of your lips, you're going to constantly be putting whatever color was on your lips on your wand back into your container. And then the color is going to be disgusting and it won't be clear and it's going to start to look murky and it's just not going to be a good look. But because they put it in this little squeezy tube, you can just take it, grab out just the tiniest amount on your finger, and when I say tiny, I mean tiny, and you just, because I need more gloss, and you just dot it right in the center, and you guys, this is so beautiful. If you are looking for that fantastic shine, I think this is great. And I actually think too that the formula for this is somehow just as glossy, if not more glossy than these, but it's also thinner in feel. So these ones have, and I don't know if it's again like that color, if it's because it's in a tube, the consistency of the two is just very different. This one again is a lot thinner, but still sits nicely, gives you beautiful, beautiful shine. I really like these. This is absolutely outstanding. But these are great as well. And when I was picking out my glosses on their website, I made sure to grab a little bit of everything. I wanted one nude tone gloss, a pink nude, one that had like the nice glittery reflectance to it, and this guy right here, just so I had a sampling of like every category. And I feel like across the board, these are very consistent. So whatever you're looking for, you will get relatively the same product. It's not like one is going to have, you know, super beautiful color and super nice this and this and that, and then the other one is going to be awful. These are very consistent and they were very smooth, very nice, and they sit beautifully. Like, I mean, hello, hi. This is gorgeous. I love this. Now, as far as is this palette worth it, is it not? I keep going back to something I said in my Huda Beauty review when I reviewed the new nude palette, which I can link up here. But in that video, I was talking about how I believe that palettes should entice you, they should draw you in, and you should feel creative when you look at them, or, you know, they should make you feel a certain way. For me, I want a palette to make my eye dance, to get me excited, to go, oh, look at the texture, look at the color, look at this, look at that, and I should just be able to envision things. And I feel like for $45, I don't know that this guy does it for me. And I don't think that it's because it's a bad palette. I think it's just that there's not enough diversity in here for me. I love the pops of color at the end. I think they're very cute. I just don't feel like that adds enough diversity. Like when they broke this into quads, I kind of imagined it, you know, if this were me designing it, I'm thinking, okay, pops of color, neutrals, maybe even cool tone neutrals, and then something else entirely, like vampy colors or smoky type colors or something to that effect. And there's a couple of these colors in here for me that they just, you know, they leave me like so underwhelmed. Like this shade right here, it's supposed to be like a purple shimmer. When I swatched that, even when I inserted the clips for you guys, I just didn't like that color. I thought that it was very lackluster. The purple and the shimmer don't really come through, so it looks almost like a muddy black purple. I'm just not a big fan of it. And there's just a couple colors in here like that. It's not super overwhelming to where I think the quality is bad, but for the price with how much product you get and then it doesn't give me the feelings, that's why I'm kind of like, like I don't, you know, I don't feel like this is something I would be like, yes, you need it. There are certain palettes that when I review them, I get that feeling like, you guys, this is so good. And for me, I don't know, I don't feel it with this guy as much, but that gloss, this gloss, girl, the gloss is where it's at. Now, as far as everything else, real quick to round out this video that is on my face, I have been testing out other products here and there, and you guys know I do test out a ton of products, both on and off camera. So today I'm wearing a lot of the same. I primed with the Tatcha Silk Canvas. I went in with my Catrice HD Full Coverage. I went in with my Tarte Shape Tape in Porcelain Beige. I went in with my Revlon Colorstay translucent powder right here. I set the whole face with the Maybelline Fit Me in 100. And then we get to face products. So bronzer, blush, and highlight I took from this guy right here. This is the LA Colors Highlight, Contour, and Blush Palette. I picked this up at Walgreens, which I have been checking them out a lot lately, looking at their little holiday collections, because you guys know I love looking at their holiday stuff. Anytime I can get a kit like this is, I think it's like $10 or something like that, and I've been like wanting to play around with stuff like this more, so I grabbed some of their stuff. And long story short, I have a couple other things from LA Colors that they did release recently, but I want to get a feel for if I like it and how it wears first. But this is what is on my face. I went in with this bronzer right here, this bronzer, and then I mixed the two blushes, and then this is actually a banana powder that I did use to reshape under my eye, and it's not too dark. And then I went in with a mixture of this gold and this highlight right here. But other than that, what else did I put? Oh, I set my face with the Urban Decay setting spray and my Tatcha Luminous Dewy Skin Mist. I always get those words mixed up. You guys know how words, they just get to me sometimes. It's not a big thing. Okay, you guys, that is it for this video. I really hope that you found it useful, that it was good, and that it was as thorough as I could make it, and that hopefully I could paint the best picture for you. And you guys can let me know down below if you like this palette. What do you think? Is it something you would look to pick up, or is it like not your cup of tea? Tell me your thoughts down below. And while you're down there, you can definitely scoot your way on up if you do not follow me on Instagram or Twitter. Those are both linked down in the description box, as well as every product I use today. I always go ahead, and I'm getting better at leaving all the products down there if you are curious. Oh, and if you haven't subscribed, definitely be sure to do that as well. I do put up new videos Monday through Friday. That is a lot of videos, I know, but it is a good, fun, fresh lit time over here. We go through everything from makeup, reviews, favorites, hate it's. We do vlogs, we do try-ons, we do all, I mean, we just do everything. I mean, like, we bake dog cookies sometimes. It's what we do, you guys. I can link that video up here if you're wondering. It was my dog's 1-year adoptiversary, and we had a damn good time. So let me know what you guys think down below, as always, and thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to have a great day, night, weekend, whatever it is when you're watching this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Okay, but like, am I fabulous or am I fabulous? Because I think I'm fabulous as fuck right now. Look at my monochromatic life I'm living. Except for, okay, the black shirt is not monochromatic, Paige. Learn your words. Oh my god. Okay, could you maybe not flicker light? Holy crap, I feel like I'm in a club. Everybody in this club getting tipsy. Why am I rolling away? Hello? Can I please stay near the vanity? Thanks. And we just have to, you know, keep wait, what? Stop talking, Paige. You need to quit talking. Hello? Is there like a functional purpose as to why I literally look like I have the glow of Jesus within me? I mean, I do have the glow of Jesus, but hello? Okay, Paige, are you still in focus? Why, yes. Yes, you are. That's a great place to start. Okay, did you have to go off of camera for 32 minutes to deal with your SD card? Yes, yes, you did. Did you in that time also speed eat a half a bag of Smart Food Delight sea salt popcorn? Yes, I might have, but I'm also pleased to report that that was only like 250 calories. So I'm pretty sure it was like a win-win situation. For everyone but my stomach and my time. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the cut crease. I'm gonna grab the cut crease. I wish you could just grab a cut crease and slap her on there. Do you also now have popcorn stuck in every fucking tooth? Actually, yes. Yes, you also do. Cool. And then I'm wiping on my hand. I'm just wiping off the concealer off that M4 Are you 95% sure that it's gonna be there for the rest of your life? Yeah, pretty sure. Pretty sure I'm gonna die with it. Great. Nope. Yeah, Paige, making faces, that totally gets the fucking eye look on. Good job. And then I make another eye look. Oh my God, Paige, get your life together. This is what I do. I make faces at myself because I'm that mature. There's no one else for me to make faces at, so I just like make faces at myself. I'm like,